Yo, man, what's the deal with the Raider Nation, man? Once again, guys, welcome back to another video. And if you guys can, man, let's at least get this video to at least 20 likes. And if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure you guys do hit that notification bell. And if you guys do want to be notified every time that your boy Chewy does post a video, make sure you guys turn that notification bell to be notified every time we drop a video, short, live, or post. You know what I mean? Because we try to stay active as much as we can out here, man. But you know, life gets you, and it is what it is, man. You're right, I got a lot of shit going on, but I at least try to come and give you guys some Raider spills, some Raider games, some Raider knowledge when I got the free time, right? And not only that being said, but we do have the Cover 3 show actually coming back into effect every week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that every Thursday at about 6 or 6:30 p.m. But with that being said, guys, we got a lot of news, man. We seen Maxx Crosby finally speak out about the whole trade situation that went on with the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I mean? Obviously, both parties are pretty upset. I know there's a lot of Raider fans. Sorry about that. I know there's a lot of Raider fans, and I know there's a lot of Baltimore Ravens fans that are pretty upset with what went on, right? And there's a lot of people that were against it, a lot of people that liked it. But for the most part, man, as I've seen Maxx Crosby's videos and I've seen everything that's been going on, a lot of the Ravens fans, man, are pretty upset with their organization and pretty upset with their front office on how they have been maneuvering. But with that being said, man, right, we had Maxx Crosby actually speak out on the situation. And I got a lot of good out of it, man. I got a lot of good insight from what I've heard, from what I've saw, from what I've watched. And it seems that Maxx Crosby wants to stay a Raider. It seems that Maxx Crosby is one of the guys who is going to be a statue here, right? He's going to be one of the guys that are around for a while, that are mentoring a lot of people. One of the big names, right, that are going to bring a lot of people in here to watch the Raiders. And, you know, as we've seen, he was going to be traded for 2 first-round picks, which is extraordinary, right? You don't really get people like that being traded for 2 first-round picks. And on top of that, the Ravens organization has never traded away a first-round pick for a player, right? And this is all things that Maxx Crosby was saying, man. But I wanted to get into the whole Maxx Crosby video just based on he was done dirty by the Ravens, man. He said it himself that he walked in to the office, man, and he shook the head coach's hand, and he said something was just off when I shook his hand. You know what I mean? When I shook his hand, the blank face, no excitement. Pretty much like they already knew what was going on. You know what I mean? The Ravens already knew that they were going to pull out of this deal is pretty much what I got out what Maxx Crosby was saying. He didn't even get to meet the GM, right? Obviously, if a GM makes a crazy move like that for you, 2 first-round picks, you better bet, man, that GM and them coaches are going to greet you because they just put a whole lot of future into you. You know what I mean? They've just traded away their next 2-year first-round draft picks for a defensive end in Maxx Crosby. You know what I mean? So I guarantee you they're going to be there introducing that man to the whole team and things like that. But I got to love it, man. You know what I mean? Maxx Crosby's back. He's back in black. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that I think he'll be able to do now with the team that's in place, right? With the linebackers we've just signed, with the free agent signings that all came. I think Maxx Crosby will really be able to flourish now that he has the proper help. Now, I'm not saying a lot of the guys before didn't assist in any kind of way. Yes, guys had their time. But when you actually put a staff, an organization together, a team together like the Raiders have been doing over this last offseason, man, I think that's a really good move. And I think that's how you really get a team built, right? We're not seeing guys on a lot of 1-year deals. We're not seeing guys on 2-year deals. We're seeing guys, right, on 3-year deals. Of course, Malcolm Koonce was a 1-year deal because we've seen how he played. He was off and on. So that made a lot of sense, right? Eric Stokes being re-signed, man. I was one of the guys that was highly against Eric Stokes, and I'd be the first guy to eat my words, man. He proved me wrong. And then re-signing him, I think, is great. And Maxx Crosby, man, he says he feels that this organization is going in the right way. You know what I mean? He hasn't felt like this in a while. Not only did he say that, but he says Robbie Leonard really deserves to be the defensive coordinator. He said there's a lot of good things that he can do for the organization and things like that, man. But it's good to have Maxx Crosby back, right? Back in black. It is what it is. And I think there's a lot of things he could bring to the team. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Like I said before, those 2 first-round draft picks, those are really big moves that you can really go in there and build a team within a year over, right? You can honestly trade back you could do a lot of things with those 2 first picks. But the fact is, man, we got Maxx Crosby back, so we're going to have to rock out with another year with him, man. But if you guys have not got over to the Rush podcast and seen what he posted, his last video, man, there's a lot of good things you can get out of it. And he's sprinkling some truth, right? He's sprinkling some hints that we can go in there and kind of put things together of who was wrong, who went right. And even he said, no organization is going to admit why they pulled out of this or whatever went down. But he says it out of his own words. I know I'm meant to be here. I know I'm meant to be a Raider. And all these things, right? And that's things you want to hear from a guy that's coming back from an open trade deal like that. I've seen a lot of podcasters, even myself. I was always worried about how is the relationship going to be when he comes back, right? How is the relationship going to pan out when he gets back to the organization, right? He made the farewell video. If you guys haven't seen, I believe that's still up out there somewhere. But he said he came back better than ever. He came back with 10 times more love than what he had when he left. And that's always a good sign, man, to see that the team is still on the same page with Maxx. You know what I mean? Obviously, Maxx is a really great player. He's one of the captains, man, that you can really count on. I think he's one of the guys that never quits and never doesn't show up. So when you got a guy who's always available, always there to play, always there to put in the work, man, those are the kind of guys you want to get around the rookies to show the rookies, hey, this is how it's done. If you put in more work, you'll be better than that guy just based on you doing it more. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of good to get out of this, man. But if you guys have not watched Maxx Crosby's video that he did drop, man, you guys got to get over there and watch it, man. It's a really good one. I think there's a lot of really good things you can get out of that interview. Not the interview, but the podcast, you know what I mean? But Maxx is here, man. He's a Raider for life. Let me know how you guys feel about the whole Maxx Crosby thing, man. Are you guys happy he's back? Are you guys unhappy that we didn't fall through with the 2 first-round draft picks? Let me know how you guys feel, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and go Raiders.